The Federal Environment Minister has cancelled 2 coal projects in Queensland. Joining me now is the very patient Nationals MP Keith Pitt. Keith, good to see you. These are kind of in your part of the world. I say that knowing how big Queensland is and where these coal mines are, but they're generally in central Queensland. First of all, your reaction to these cancelled projects?
Well, Tanya Plibersek seems to be celebrating the fact she's cancelled approvals for 2 new coal mines. And what that should say to every Australian, Anthony Albanese is happy to not meet his promises around super and franking credits and a whole pile of other things, a shopping list in fact. But it looks like he's going to keep his promise to Adam Bandt and the Greens, no new coal mines. And I do have a local link here, Laura. The original proposals for China Stone included a jump-off point out of Hervey Bay in my electorate from the Hervey Bay Airport, where we desperately need those high-paying jobs.
Do you accept her reasons for this? The Minister said, essentially, these companies were asked to provide information as far back as 2013 in one case about the impact it would have these projects would have on the environment. They've failed to do that. I mean, we're talking about 10 years. They've first asked to provide that information in one case and they didn't do it.
Well, let's see what the proponents have to say about that, Laura. And keeping in mind, Adani took nearly 10 years of just going through the courts. This is one of the significant problems in this country. These projects get held up for so long that the costs increase exponentially. But we need these projects. It's more than 6,000 jobs between the two of them, a couple of $1 billion into the economy. Now, I just heard Mr Chalmers complaining about his budgetary position. Well, Labor supported all of those things. In fact, they wanted to borrow more money for JobKeeper through COVID. What did the Australian people get for that money? Well, tens of thousands of them didn't die. That was the outcome. And the way to address those issues is to build the economy and have more people in work. And these are major projects and in Queensland. So Queenslanders have been robbed again by federal Labor.
As you're right, we will wait to hear what the proponents of these projects say, but there is some responsibility, do you accept, on these companies to provide information requested about the environmental impacts in a timely way? 10 years doesn't seem timely.
Well, the EPBC was always about ensuring that our natural resources are protected, but it was never about stopping development. It was about finding ways that you could create offsets, for example, that you ensure that rehab is put in place. And I've been through any number of old mines where that's been done exceptionally well. We saw reopenings yesterday at Burton. Congratulations to Bowen Coke and Coal to get that going. And New Auckland, after more than a decade of court processes at an existing site. And guess what? That one at New Auckland will put a couple $100 million into local towns like Oakey. We need that economic boost in the regions in particular. It's how we train our kids into the future, how they get well-paid jobs. I mean, the idea that you're going to turn around and cover the country in solar panels and somehow that will fix our economic position, well, it's just false.
Well, that was Paul Broad's position yesterday. I assume you broadly agree with him.
Well, he's right. I mean, this is the challenge. And I think 80 years, he's probably pretty close on that too. If you're going to build 28,000 kilometres of transmission where you currently have no easements, no approvals, no acquisitions, and you haven't been through a court fight with everyone that lives there because they don't want them, it's going to take an awfully long time. And the idea you close the existing power stations that work and replace them with nothing is fraught with danger. It's pretty obvious.
Before I let you go, Nationals in New South Wales, what's going on there? Ben Franklin might be the Legislative Assembly President. What do you think of that?
I think it's a disgrace. I think he should stick to the commitments that he makes to the party that put him there, and that is the National Party. And the idea that he do a deal with Labor, I mean, this is Peter Slipper 2.0.
Keith Pitt, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you soon.
Great to be with you.